Oh, hello. I'm Scruff, and I'm scared. Nicotine pouches tend to have two users. Those who wish to stop smoking and vaping, and the others who want so much nicotine that their heads pop off. Oh no! The hardcore users of these high nicotine pouches probably know far more than I do. However, for your viewing entertainment, I'm going to give it a go, without trying to throw up or cry too much during the process. Before we begin today, I'd just like to thank every single one of you for clicking on my dumb face and coming to watch me make these videos. It's because of people like you, yeah Paul, you, that mean I can continue this channel, grow with you and provide better content in the future. So thank you. Now, back to the sillies. All of the pouches listed today have a crazy high strength of 40 milligrams and above. So those who are experienced and those who are psychopathic are the ones who are recommended to try these pouches in this video. Also, none of the pouches shown in today's video contain any tobacco. So PC Big John can calm down a bit. Oh, not you again. Go away. So grab your Monster Energy drinks for the sugar and grab your sick bucket and welcome to the chaotic world of extreme nicotine pouches. So where do we start? Well, the big guy up there is giving me dodgy looks, so why not start with him? Cuba have three main ranges of nicotine pouches that they do. One we'll talk about later, White Line, and the one we're going to be talking about today is the Cuba Black Line. I recently tried one of these in a recent TikTok video, and this was the reaction.
I might cry.
It was like shoving a raw onion into my eyes, except it wasn't an onion, it was a bomb made from onions. Onion.
I'm an onion!
The Cuba Black Line comes with a hefty 66 milligrams per tin, so expect to feel like you've done 5 rounds with Matt from Wii Sports Boxing.
Fuck you!
Now, flavours on the Cuba are strong, however, you do have to take an RPG to the face in order to enjoy that flavour. Up next we have Pablo, arguably one of the most popular brands when it comes to your high nicotine strength pouches. And the guys over at the Cartel really weren't messing around on this one.
Say hello to my little friend!
Pablo comes in a variety of flavours, with frosted ice, grape ice, and blue raspberry, just to name a few, and lemonade. Now the flavours on Pablo are incredibly tasty, but they do come with a 50 milligram strength slapped onto them. Prepare to experience an incredibly strong burn just to get these tasty flavours. Tasty. Oh no. What's happening? Did I forget to turn off the kettle and burn down my house again?
Ты, я собираюсь тебя уничтожить.
Huh?
Flashbang.
That thing scares me. Red are the ultra-rare breed of nicotine pouches. The pouches were originally made by some crazy Russians. No, not him. He made these. Get them on first line bars, the links in the description. Okay, thank you. Red were one of the originators of high nicotine pouches here in the UK, and were especially popular in Sheffield, my hometown. Oh love, come on let's go, chippy. Sadly, the original manufacturers of Red closed production a while back. However, thanks to NicTech, these bad boys are back, sporting a strong bubblegum flavour and an unruly 70 milligram nicotine strength. These angry circles are a part of snus history and are a must for anyone who's brave enough to tackle the high nicotine strength.
Finish him!
Who said that?
Fatality!
By Kurwa. Kurwa, not a prostitute, but a powerful, flavourful nicotine pouch. A brand that always delivers when it comes to taste. A bit like your mum. Now there are a fair few variants of the Kurwa brand, but the one that we're going to be talking about today is Fatality, arguably the strongest in the Kurwa collection. No! For me personally, the Fatalities tend to have one of the most unique ranges I've seen when it comes to pouches, such as Cola and Whiskey, Cactus Apple, and Pink Rose Lemonade. Strangely, it's one of the weaker pouches that we're going to be talking about today. Coming in at a 46.9mg strength. That doesn't mean that these are weak, however, as these guys are still going to give you a hard kick in the nards. Okay, we're getting to the big boys now. The supreme of the supreme. It's supreme. Supreme are the first brand in the video that have hit the coveted 100mg mark, meaning these are double the strength of Pablo and Kurwa Fatalities put together. And honestly, I'm far too panic-stricken to even smell one of these. Never mind let it take me to space. So, why am I talking about them, you might ask?
Funny.
With 10 total flavours in their arsenal, they're not limited when it comes to taste, but all jokes aside, please use these higher strength nicotine pouches with extreme caution. It's all fun and games until you fall into the big snooze. Don't do drugs, do snus. Snooze are a fairly new brand onto the nicotine pouch market, but have had
A great success!
within the UK. Plus, this is the one brand that I'll mention that caters to all nicotine users. Snooze comes in 8, 20, 50 and 100mg variants. So anyone from new beginner to seasoned veteran can enjoy these. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come. I can easily say that the Tutti Frutti is my favourite. The smell is next level. The burn isn't overly chaotic, and the flavour lasts for a good 30 minutes. Oh, the 100mg? Yeah, I have no idea. This one has no nicotine. Why are you booing? Okay, so it does have a variant of nicotine, as shown by First Line Pods reviewer, Lanny.
Triple kick might just be my thing. I love almost all triple kick pouches I have tried. The cola were weird. These don't contain traditional S-nicotine, but they do contain an alloy which is 6-methyl-nicotine. 6-methyl-nicotine for most people produces a stronger hit than S-nicotine based on milligram G. I get a super NIC hit on these. Not for people who can't hang in a high, deep vent. 5 stars for flavour, hit, moisture, and a clean white perfect pouch.
Aroma King are stating that NoNic is a non-toxic, non-addictive, and non-psychoactive substance and has an effect like nicotine, patented substance. Yeah, I've just read that from a script, I'm not going to memorise that. However, I haven't used these long enough to test whether those statements are true. I have, however, tried them. And it's the most bizarre experience I've ever had when it comes to nicotine pouches. As Lanny says, what did Lanny say? It's got a super nic hit, and I have to agree. It really does have the power of a 100mg standard nicotine pouch. It hits like a truck.
Been struck by.
Also, I'm really partial to the muffin flavour on the NoNics. The smell on these is honestly next level. These are definitely worth a look the next time you're after a wallop of a hit. But say you weren't satisfied. You're a psycho. You don't want to have lips anymore. You want to feel like you've taken 12 LSD, done 3 lines of coke, and smoked enough meth that it has Jesse Pinkman excited.
Yeah, bitch!
Then I would like to introduce you to the 2 strongest flavours I could get my hands on from the good people over at First Line Pods. Hold on to your hair, because this is the peak of nicotine pouches with high strength. Please welcome Trillionz and our old friends Cuba with the Cuba Ninjas. The 2 highest strengths I could possibly get my dirty little hands on at a groundbreaking 150mg per tin. These gits are strong enough to beat the one gorilla after it's finished devouring the 100 men. You want flavour? Who cares when you sat drinking wine with Jesus after popping one of these bad boys? The guys over at Trillionz and Cuba wanted to make sure that you could hear sounds and taste colours. Stocks are limited when it comes to nicotine pouches these high. So, you want to dance with Harambe? You want to fly higher than your nan after a catapult launch? Get yourselves over to First Line Pods. Use the link in the description and use the code SCRUFF5 for 5% off anything that you'd like to purchase. Even if it does turn you crazy enough to use your cat as a silencer for a shotgun. And that is that. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like the video, and let me know what you'd like to see next. Now, after having enough nicotine to unalive 90% of the San Marino football team, I'm gonna have a lay down.